Hey all, Glenn Kirschner here. Please enjoy this video on the Political Voices Network.
Lastly, New York judge, you tweet, New York judge imposes third gag order on Trump to protect witnesses, jurors, court staff, and others. It's a veritable hat trick of shut up, Donald. As we talked about yesterday, I can't remember who brought it up first, about the fact that, first of all, he put out a complete lie about the judge's daughter. It was, it was not from her social media account, right. Something about Trump behind bars. Barb McQuaid, your friend and mine, who wrote this great book on disinformation, said, classic disinformation tactic, fake social media account purports to be judge's daughter disparaging Trump. Trump then highlights the account using catchy slogan, Trump derangement syndrome, all designed to generate outrage and divide us. Don't fall for it. I mean, that is one of the things we're fighting this election year, right?
Yeah, Steph, even with Donald Trump hitting the trifecta of shut up, 3 judges putting a gag order on him, nobody sees fit to hold him accountable for his dangerous, violence-inducing rhetoric. Instead, we literally sacrifice everybody else who's involved in the endeavor of trying to hold Donald Trump accountable for his crimes. Prosecutors and their family members, judges and their family members, court staff, jurors, witnesses, and indeed all American people and our democracy. We sacrifice all of them to Donald Trump's dangerous, violence-inducing rhetoric. This is living in the upside down of the legal world. Yeah. Donald Trump is the one who should be put in a prison cell, a jail cell, pending trial, which the law permits if you pose a danger to the community. And Donald Trump is the single most dangerous defendant on pretrial release in this country today. When are we going to treat him accordingly?
By the way, just because as if I needed to get re-angry, just to finish your piece, you said there are many more examples of the federal government, in particular, refusing to hold Trump accountable. The bribery extortion of President Zelensky, multiple counts of potential felony obstruction of justice detailed in the Mueller report, their administration's responsibility for causing avoidable COVID deaths. The list goes on and on. As you say, instead of the institutions of law, the onus is on us voters to hold Trump accountable. Again, it will take the American people getting to the polls in numbers too big to rig and too real to steal to recalibrate the institutions of government so that the rules, the laws of the Constitution are applied equally to all. Well, that's why we're partnering with a Get Out the Vote group for Sexy Liberal, and we are touring with future Attorney General Glenn Kirschner. So that's because you can excuse us for being annoyed that, we did vote. We did throw him out so we could get an Attorney General, Glenn Kirschner, and not a Merrick Garland that's not, and so that's what I think I'm just thinking next time, if we do, turn out in numbers that big, Glenn, we want some real justice and accountability, right?
Yeah, Steph, it would be great if we could get an assist from the criminal justice system, from the Department of Justice in holding Trump accountable. But, we can't count on that assist. I think DOJ, unfortunately, has proved that by letting Donald Trump skate on that long laundry list of crimes you just recited. So, again, it falls on us. The good news is we're up to the task. You know what? Trump lost by 7 million votes last time. He's going to lose by 17 million votes this time. And then it's time to recalibrate the government, the institutions of government, to start doing some real justice.
Yeah. I love Mehdi Hassan's tweet. He said, I live in a dystopia where on the issue of holding insurrections to account, Liz Cheney would have made a better AG than Merrick Garland.
Frightening.
Yeah. This is the world we live in. But here's the thing that's going to happen in November. Covey tweets, Republicans want to use a 151-year-old law to enforce a nationwide abortion ban. So not only will your daughter have fewer reproductive rights than you, she'll have fewer rights than her great-great-grandmother.
Yep.
I mean, let that sink in. You're the dad of a few daughters. I mean, and look at what just happened in Alabama. I think they have no idea what's coming in November, Glenn. What do you think?
Watch women roar in November. It's over. It's over. And we just have to make sure, too big to rig, too real to steal. Let's do it.
Yep. I'm not even a lawyer, Glenn, and it's just Trump's lawyers' arguments. So this is Georgia. Ellie Honig was talking about, right? About
I can't hear you, Steph. You're cutting in and out.
Okay, there we go.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that better?
So we're talking about Georgia. Oh my God, you have fireworks going off behind you. What is going on today? Look at that.
Oh, there they are. Now they're gone. That was cool.
So this is the Trump's arguments in Georgia that, you should just throw this out. I mean, it's just, I know you wrote a new piece about all this, but okay, talk to us just specifically about that, him trying to get the Georgia case thrown out based on what now?
Based on nothing. What they're doing right now is they're trying to preserve issues for appeal. You know, they're going to throw a whole bunch of stuff in the mix, and they're going to try to then raise all of these issues on appeal once they lose the motions, once they are convicted, once they are sentenced, and that's all they're doing. They're trying to pad their appellate brief right now. All of this nonsense will be rejected.
Yeah. Well, so what's your take on the judge there, though? Because as I was saying, this should have been taken care of in chambers, this whole Fani Willis thing at lunchtime, not a televised trial of her personal life. So what is your take on him?
So my take on him is I agree with his ruling. What his ruling was, there was no conflict, financial or otherwise, requiring Fani Willis to be removed from the case, period. I agree with that. I think he went overboard saying that, well, under the Georgia law, if there's an appearance of conflict, I can put some kind of a remedial measure in place, and I'm going to do that, basically urge Nathan Wade to remove himself from the team, which he did. Now, Georgia law is peculiar. They, have laws and procedures that allow for that, and he did it. I disagree with that piece of it, but ultimately I agree with the rulings he has been making by and large, and I also think doing things in chambers behind closed doors, Steph, is a recipe for disaster because, this is such a consequential prosecution. We all need to see it, warts and all.
Yeah. And Glenn Kirschner in Philly. Yeah. Ooh, in April. Very, very excited. And you never know where he's going to show up. He's like Superman or Batman combined. He just, there he is. And Spider-Man. Okay. Love you, Glenn Kirschner.
Love you, Steph.
All
See
right.
you guys.
There it is, my first drink of the day, ZBiotics pre-alcohol probiotic. Many of you know my story. I stopped drinking wine for 3 years during COVID, during the lockdown as part of a health reset. Now I drink wine in moderation, but this is an amazing new product. I've always believed in probiotics. And ZBiotics, check this out. You drink just one of these. It's the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. I am using this and I feel great in the morning. I don't have to worry if I have an extra glass of wine, I still feel great in the morning. Here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. I've always had acid reflux problems. It is this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for your rough next day. ZBiotics produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. All I know is it works. It is ZBiotics pre-alcohol probiotic. Go to zbiotics.com/politicalvoices or scan the QR code on the screen right now.